Hey Aries, welcome to your general life reading for March 1st through the 15th. I hope that you guys are doing great. So grab your sips and let's get right into it. So, as I was trying to get into your energy for this reading, I only heard one message, and it was in the still of the night. So, we'll see how that fits in. I pulled a few oracle cards to get a sense of the overall energy surrounding you all right now. So, the first one that came out for you is the loving woman. The second card that came out is mountains, stand your ground. The third one that came out is great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. So we'll see how those fit into your reading, but let's get into some tarot and see what's going on with you guys. We'll start by taking a peek at your current energy. Okay, we have two that popped out. We have the Queen of Fire, and we also have the Six of Air. For challenges, obstacles, and what might currently be hidden, we have the World in reverse. For advice from Spirit, okay, we have one that flipped out. We have the Ace of Earth in reverse. And for your potential outcome, okay, we have two that came out. We have the Three of Fire, and we also have the Six of Water in reverse. Okay, so let's grab another tarot deck and see if we can clarify these messages a little bit before we pull some oracle cards for additional guidance. Clarification for current energy, we have the Fool in reverse. For challenges, obstacles, and what might be hidden, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. For advice from Spirit, we have the Five of Wands in reverse. Okay. And for the potential outcome, we have the Three of Swords in reverse, and we also have the Nine of Swords. So let's grab an oracle deck and see if we have any final messages before we get into the reading. So let's get an oracle card for your current energy. Okay, we've got two. We have patterns and the next step. For challenges, obstacles, and what might currently be hidden, we have inner peace. For advice from Spirit, we have challenge. And for the potential outcome, we have trust the process. Okay, Aries, so let's get into this. With the oracle cards that I pulled, the loving woman, mountains, and the great teacher, it almost seems as though there's someone who may have the best of intentions around you and helping you along your path, but they might have a different idea of how you need to go about achieving your goals. And so, to a certain extent, I think you might find yourself in a place where you have to sort of defend your position. But at the same time, don't discount this person completely because they might have some nuggets of wisdom that they can offer you. And they might be able to give you a slightly different perspective than what you may have envisioned beforehand. So understand that this person is genuinely coming from a good place, even if their efforts are a little bit clumsy. So let's dig into the tarot and see what's going on with you. We have for your current energy, the Queen of Fire, the Six of Air, the Fool in reverse, and we also have two oracle cards. The first one that came out is patterns. Be aware of dating patterns. Stop what doesn't work. Subliminals, change subconscious patterns. And we also have the next step, daily steps toward your dream. manageable goals, mentorship, doors opening, and success. So, where you are right now, it really feels as though you are very focused on what's next for you in life. Perhaps you've had a bit of a rough go of it in the immediate past, and it almost feels like for a couple of years, right? You've sort of been in this rough space where things weren't necessarily smooth. It feels like a very up and down energy. Like one day you're like, oh, okay, we're rolling. And then the next day it's like, seriously, where did this wall come from? And so it almost feels like you really want to move on. You want to move forward, but there's something that's keeping you from sort of taking those next steps. And I don't think it's a lack of desire for it. It may be more that you want to make sure that the next steps are right. You want to make sure that you kind of look before you leap, and you don't want to make any perceived mistakes that you may have made in the past. So, looking at the challenges, obstacles, and what might be hidden for you, we have the world in reverse, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse, and we also have inner peace, clearing past or ancient trauma, physical, mental, and spiritual practices, love, inner child. So, it seems like there's a little bit of leftover, spiritual or emotional goo, right? That, from the rough times that you've experienced in the past, you're still trying to work through that a little bit. And that cycle's not quite over. You're trying to get to that place where you're grounded, where you're stable, where you've sort of reconciled everything that's happened to you previously, and you're trying to move past it. It's a process, but I don't think that you're sitting in a stagnant energy where you're just not making any efforts at all. I think it's a bit of a slow go, and that might be frustrating you a little bit. So, what we have for advice from Spirit, we have the Ace of Earth in reverse, we have the Five of Wands in reverse, and we also have challenge. Delay or detour is beneficial. Revise, rethink, follow signs, guidance, test before leveling up. So, what Spirit is saying to me with these cards is that the path that you envision for this sort of fresh start, for this new stability, may not be the best path for you right now. And so it's advisable for you to look at it differently. Maybe take into account what this other person, this helper, is saying to you and the direction that they're trying to give. What I heard is compromise. So this may be a good opportunity for you to kind of sit and think through what it is that you want. And instead of maybe moving forward on the path that you seem to have set in your head, maybe it's a good thing to make some little adjustments, right? Make some little revisions and take a slight detour on what you thought things should be and how you think things should go, and sort of go with the flow. Be easy. Just sort of let things unfold and follow your intuition. Don't fight new paths that may open up for you. Looking at the potential outcome for you, we have the Three of Fire, we have the Six of Water in reverse, we have the Three of Swords in reverse, we have the Nine of Swords, and we also have Trust the Process. Everything always works out. Something better is on the horizon. Have total confidence in the universe. So it really seems like for you guys, for my Aries out there, that the disappointment and sadness from the path that you may have experienced previously is going to fade. I think that for a period of time, for a little while, you guys might be in your head a little bit, sort of thinking through what's next. What are your next steps? What are you going to do to get to this new place in life? How are you going to achieve this inner peace? But I think that ultimately you're going to leave the past in the past, and you are going to trust your intuition. You're going to trust that the steps that you're taking and the guidance that you're being given is the right thing for you right now. And you'll be in a place where you're sort of sitting and waiting and watching for your ships to come in, because you know that there's goodness out there. You know that you've done the work for it. You know that it's just a matter of time before your path is solidified and you can walk it with a little bit more confidence. So I'm going to pull one last oracle card for you guys and see if there are any final messages from Spirit for you. Oh, the card that came out for you for final guidance. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. So, you know, this is confirmation that you're taking the steps, right? And it's not an overnight process. You're going through the healing phase. You're thinking a lot about what has been, what could be. But in the end, you're going to trust that you're on the right path. And you're going to be leaning on your faith in yourself, in the universe, whatever higher power you ascribe to. And you're going to take those little steps one at a time until you get to where it is that you want to be. So, Aries, I think that this is actually a really promising reading. Like, it feels like you've done a lot of good work and you are well on your way to living the life that you truly want. So, I'll leave it there. I hope that this was helpful and provided you with some clarity and maybe a little bit of guidance. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future readings. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.